says,
I believe as a nutritionist that foods can be healthy and still taste like dessert.
today.
What to do with your bananas when they start going brown. This is an excellent recipe.
Banana nut muffins. Grain-free, sugar-free, but not taste-free.
Hi everyone, this is Susan from Wellness Corner on Facebook, and today we're going to make some banana muffins. I had bananas that were getting a little on the brown side, so we're going to go ahead and make banana muffins. These banana muffins are awesome because they are grain-free and sugar-free, so that makes them nutritionist approved for your health. We'll be using some pastured eggs and some spices, coconut oil, so let's get started on these. First of all, in our house, when we peel the bananas, we don't throw them away because the banana peels are excellent for compost, which we compost. Now, another tip for you on bananas, you can use the inside of a banana peel to whiten your teeth. Once you peel your banana, rub it on the fronts of your teeth and it will actually, the minerals in here will help whiten your teeth. So, very valuable, don't throw them away. In the compost they go. For our recipe today, we are going to peel 4 very ripe bananas. They are very ripe, they're going to have a higher sugar content, and that is going to give us the sweetness. If you want it a little bit sweeter, some of us are used to more candy cake-like muffins. What we're going to do is you can add a little bit of stevia, that is optional. So 4 bananas in there, and what we're going to do is puree them slightly, and then we'll put the rest of the things in. Okay, so you just whirl that for a few seconds, and then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. And we're going to be putting in 1/3 cup of coconut oil. Now coconut oil, you want to get an organic virgin cold pressed oil. The nice thing about coconut oil is it gives your body medium chain triglycerides, which will give you a source of energy, but it doesn't affect your blood sugar rapidly. This oil has many, many benefits. When my daughter was born, I gave her infant massage with coconut oil daily because, again, it's super, super nourishing for your skin. So a tip for you while you're cooking is once you get the coconut oil out of your container and you have that little bit of residue, you can actually just rub it right into your hands, your arms, elbows, whatever needs it. Makes a great lip moisturizer. So we're just going to put the coconut oil in our pan here. Now why in the pan and not a microwave? I do own a microwave. We use our microwave to heat heater pads filled with rice if you need to for sore muscles. But for food, we're going to use the stove the old-fashioned way. It'll melt fairly fast. Coconut has a really low melting temperature. As a matter of fact, if you just rub it on your hands, your body heat is enough to melt the coconut oil. So we'll check on that in a minute. Okay, what else is going to go into our banana muffins? I said they're grain-free. Because they're grain-free, we're actually going to use, instead of flour, well, many people have problems with gluten intolerance. Many, many more people have problems with gluten intolerance and they don't yet know it. You might be one of them. Gluten is the protein found in many grains, including wheat, rye, barley. Gluten is actually a catch-all phrase for a type of protein, so there's several types of different proteins that are all called glutens. They disrupt a lot of processes in the digestive tract with many individuals. They can cause inflammation. They are one of the highly reactive foods. Also, the glycemic level of gluten and wheat products at 2 tablespoons of wheat flour, actually about a slice of bread, will raise your blood sugar more than eating 2 tablespoons of sugar. So we want to stick with something that's going to keep your blood sugar in balance. Coconut oil, coconut flour, which we use, is this particular brand has 27 grams of fiber, 10 grams of protein, 7 grams of good fat, and only 4 grams of carbohydrate. With that ratio, it's going to be really stabilizing for blood sugar levels. So it's safe for a diabetic, it's safe for people with prediabetes, metabolic disorders, things like that. It's a really great alternative. Baking with coconut flour is a little different. You can't measure exactly the same as you do with a wheat flour recipe. So I'm going to be using 1/2 cup today of our coconut flour. Coconut oil is melted. Now, for the rest of the recipe, we're going to be using eggs. I highly suggest pastured organic eggs. You'll notice these eggs are wonderful. They come in different colors. Coconut oil still sizzling over there. Okay, so they come in different colors. These eggs are organically fed and free range. They've not been caged. I picked them up local from a person here, so they're fantastic. Health benefits of an egg this way is much, much better than the other way. And so we're just going to put 4 eggs in here. Now, eggshell is a source of calcium. So if you are lacking in calcium and you need calcium, you can actually get it from your eggshell. And what you would do is, if you're boiling something, say like a pasta or beans, you would take your eggs, if you like boiled eggs, and boil them in the water. The calcium will absorb out of the shell and add to the food that you're eating. Okay. Now we are going to add a teaspoon and a half, actually, let's see, just a really rounded teaspoon I think will be good, of baking soda. And I actually buy my baking soda in bulk and pour it in this old box, but a baking soda will do. Cinnamon is going in the banana muffins today, and I want to talk about cinnamon for a minute because most people believe when they go to the store and they buy something that says cinnamon, they're getting cinnamon. Most of the time, cinnamon sold in stores is actually sawdust with cinnamon oil on it, marketed to you very cheap. The best way to get cinnamon is to stick with the natural cinnamon stick. These can be ground in a coffee grinder or something else, and then you have your own fresh ground cinnamon and you know you're eating cinnamon. So that's my suggestion. These can be found in the bulk bins of many grocery stores. Cinnamon, the way it's supposed to be. It's great. There's actually 4 varieties of cinnamon, and some of them are damaging to your kidneys, some of them lower blood sugar. So you really want to try to get a quality cinnamon and a silent cinnamon. I order cinnamon from this company, this right here called TNC Plus. This product is fantastic. It has the best quality cinnamon mixed with 88 minerals and a product called trehalose, which is designed to enhance your brain function and your immune health. And I sprinkle this on the top of our muffins, so we add minerals to them. Okay, but today we're just going to stick with the plain old recipe. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Salt. My salt is pink Himalayan sea salt this time. Sometimes I grind my own salt from a gigantic mineral salt lick, which is actually sold for animals. Take the outside layer off, grind up the inside, and you have really great quality mineral salt. So this one we're using is a Himalayan sea salt. Really want to make sure that you use a sea salt and that you don't use a standard iodized salt. And the reason for that, standard iodized salt in the process is heated to over 1500 degrees so that it will pour smooth and not get clumpy like this and stick. That process causes these salt molecules to act like little tiny shards of glass, and they can damage the insides of your body. And the sodium is not absorbable and usable in that form as easily as sea salt. So if you're concerned about iodine content, which you should be because most North Americans are deficient, supplement a little iodine on the side. You can get that from eating some seaweeds, some kelp, or you can actually buy a quality iodine supplement. This is what I do. And use your salt naturally. Vanilla. Okay, vanilla is a spot where the food industry hides things that are bad for you. Always read your label and look for vanilla that is pure vanilla, first of all, real vanilla. Second of all, make sure it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup in it. A lot of vanillas do. This particular brand is just vanilla bean extractives in alcohol, no high fructose corn syrup, no sugar. So we're going to do a teaspoon. High fructose corn syrup, for those of you who might not have heard how bad it is for you, is a concentration of the fructose molecule in a syrup, and it's extracted from corn. High fructose corn syrup causes a huge inflammation in the body. It's broken down in your liver the same way a severe alcohol poisoning would be processed in your body. So having high fructose corn syrup is like having a few too many drinks without the buzzed brain effect. It causes inflammation. Over time it can cause cirrhosis of the liver. It causes also this huge spiking of your insulin levels, which in turn stores fat, and it's just wreaking all kinds of problems, health problems in our nation. So avoiding high fructose corn syrup and avoiding actually even the fructose molecule in excess Found in fruit, it's fine because God put it with fiber and other cofactors. So if you eat an apple, you get a little fructose. It's great. It's healthy for you. Don't be worried about it in fruit. When it's pulled out and concentrated, it becomes really toxic. So we want to look for natural sweeteners. The banana is a natural sweetener, and you can leave it like this. If you want to ensure it's a little bit sweeter, if you have children, maybe you're used to buying regular cupcakes in the store, you can use stevia, and you can get plain stevia or flavored. This one happens to be a vanilla flavored stevia. And you just add a couple drops. Stevia is a plant. It's naturally sweeter than sugar, and it is an excellent alternative to fructose-laden corn syrups and other sweeteners. Okay, I think we're ready to blend this. I like this brand If You Care because they actually don't stick to the foods and they're really nice. And then of course you're earth friendly this way, composting at work for you. So if you want a good quality muffin paper that doesn't actually stick to your muffin, this one never gets muffin bits on your paper. That's why I like them. I'm using jumbo muffin pan today. You can use a regular muffin recipe and it'll do 12, or you can use a jumbo pan and this will put 2 muffins in one. And since I have teenagers, we do the 2-in-1 at our house. These are walnuts. You can top them, put a little bit of topping on them if you like that. I like that. My husband doesn't, so we'll do some with and some without. And just make them extra special, brain enhancing minerals. We are going to be baking these at 350 in a preheated oven. And we'll check them in about 18 to 20 minutes. So the muffins are out of the oven. There you go. Lovely little muffins, our jumbo muffins. And still really warm. Take a couple of these out here so you can smell them. Have a whiff. Okay. So we've got with the nuts and without the nuts a jumbo muffin. They come out looking a little dark like this. They're going to be moist and tender and soft and delicious. Earlier I said to use this brand of paper. Here's why. When you peel it, it doesn't stick and there's no paper on your muffin. It always comes off beautiful. So that's why I like that brand. There you go. Muffins. These keep well. I just throw them in a bag. You keep them in the refrigerator once they're all the way cool. And they freeze really well if you need to travel. They're excellent. I take them with me on trips and I eat this for my lunch when I travel out of town. So there you go. Banana muffins.